Hey everyone, I'm Soorya Ramesh.
And I'm John Ravi, and you're listening to
Two
Two Brown
brown
Accents.
accents.
All right, today, New Year's coming up. I feel like it's time to talk about New Year's resolutions.
And before we get started on that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ding.
Okay, let's talk about first any previous year resolutions. Were they successful? Were they failures?
Hmm. There's the most common one, which is working out.
Working out
Last year I made a resolution to work out.
every single day, right? Hit the gym.
Every single, yeah,
Mine was
something along the
all,
lines,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, usually till last year, I've almost always failed. Maybe I'll work out for a few days, I give up, or even in the middle of the year, I get random bursts and give up.
Yeah,
But this year, 2023, I did keep up with my working out.
yeah.
Over the year, the working out, my goals have changed and stuff, but I did keep up with working out. I still am working out.
There's always something about that, right? It's like first of all, like why even New Year's resolutions, right? It's such, kind of an arbitrary thing, like one revolution around the sun, and you're thinking it's like a new start to something. So you want to do something new or eliminate something. I feel like that's the reason why people do New Year's resolutions, because it's like because people always say like, okay, I'm gonna start dieting. And
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna do it today. Obviously, not like
I'm gonna do it on New Year's.
yeah, like I already wasted half the year, or even like
I might as well waste the other half and then New Year's I'll
yeah,
start.
exactly. Or even they'll be like in the middle of the week, they're like, I'll just start like next week, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Or even like today, like they're like like I already had breakfast and lunch. Why would I start with dinner? Let's just start tomorrow, right?
Right,
Like
right.
they need something like everyone wants something that's like a new start, which I think is a good thing too.
Agreed. I never did see the point of New Year's resolutions till maybe last year, maybe last year, I want to say, maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, what's the point? Like, it's exactly the reason you
Yeah.
said, right? Like, why would I want to? I was the exact opposite because I was like, why would I want to start on a new day?
Yeah.
If I wanted to start, I do it
You
today.
just start
I
it
don't.
right
I
now.
don't see the point.
Yes.
I don't need New Year's resolutions. I just want to keep improving in life, and that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. And I'll figure it out when I get to
Yeah, you
it.
can start today, right?
Yeah, yeah. That was always my thought process.
Yes.
But then I also didn't start today. Right?
Yeah.
I just didn't have a New Year. I didn't have a specific day to start.
Yeah.
I didn't start today either. So I think New Year's resolutions are necessary. Are not necessary, but I think they're great
They're
because
good. There's a starting thing. There's like a firm start thing, right?
they're great, and I also think it's because the entire world chooses to do this together, right? Like, it's not just, you start today, you're doing it by yourself. You made up your mind, you're doing it by yourself. But the entire world, like, maybe my friends, they have their own New Year's resolutions, and when I see them keep up with their own, even just Jan, whatever, right? When I see them keeping up with theirs, even if I had skipped 1 or 2 days, even within the first
Having
day.
people hold you accountable is very crucial to the success rate of New Year's resolutions, I feel like.
For anything at that, but I think that it's great because every year, even if you end up screwing up, not being failing with your New Year's resolutions, I think it's great that every year you do take New Year's resolutions because at least for a few days you do it, and no matter how many times you fail, as long as you start again, I think you're making progress.
Actually, that's a really important thing. That kind of brings me into something I wanted to acknowledge. So recently, there's this new term called affirmations.
Okay. What is
Basically,
that?
so the idea is that with New Year's resolutions, it's like a make or break kind of thing, right? So like
Sure.
you
Yeah.
you say like I want to work out every single week of the year, but then you miss 1 week and you're like like
Do I need to do the next three?
do I need to do this for the year? I messed up,
Yeah.
but maybe next year, like but affirmations are basically like every word that you think or say is an affirmation. Like it's like you're being very precise or conscious about like specifically talking about what you want to either eliminate in your life or maybe create something new in your life.
Sure.
So like working out, for example, right? It's like I'm gonna live a like healthier lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like it's not necessary whether or not you work out every week, but you are more conscious about it,
Sure. Sure.
right? So that's basically the idea of affirmations. It's like
Okay.
some new Gen Z term that I heard recently.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because I
okay.
asked someone, I was like, "Hey, what is your New Year's resolutions?" And they're like, "What is that?" Like I'm doing affirmations.
Oh, I see.
So-
So you're held accountable for everything you say or
Exactly.
want to do. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. I see. Got it.
But I can get behind that. But basically, what you're saying is like with your idea of New Year's resolutions, it's not about like make it or break it.
Yeah.
It's basically about like setting some goals
Yeah,
that you can like attain to.
personally, I've tried working out, right? And I fail and I
Yeah.
give up.
Yeah.
A few months go by and then I try again because I get motivated or, I'm starting to see myself not be fit.
Yeah.
And I try again. And within a few days, it's difficult. Working out is difficult. So I give up.
Yeah.
And that happens. But I think for certain people, it's like, maybe you don't get that point where 2 months later you feel stressed or you feel not fit, so you want to start working out, and you don't get that guilt. But at least for New Year's resolutions, the entire world, like so many people in the world are doing it, so you just feel like you're part of the world. It's like a birthday, but for everybody. It's I think it's kind of cool that everyone in the world is celebrating.
It's a birthday, but it's for everybody.
Yeah, but also certain people have birthdays on New Year's as well. I just want to put it out there.
On January 1st, some people have birthdays.
Yes, I think they're really lucky because they get to celebrate.
I think everyone gets to celebrate their birthday, so the whole world celebrates their birthday.
But yeah, I personally think that the vibe is something that can, why do you go to a concert? Because everyone's singing, everyone's a fan.
Yeah.
You enjoy it, right? You can sing songs about anyone just
in your bedroom.
in your bedroom, living room, whatever.
Yeah.
But why do you go to a concert? Because it's a vibe, and
it's the vibe.
It's really nice, and you feel so much more energetic when everyone else around you is a fan of the same person.
Same reason why you go to movie theaters to watch a movie, right?
Yeah.
Like you could watch a movie at home.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe when you're in the music, like in that movie theater, and you're like, especially on opening night.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you like see like some grand reveal. Everyone's
screaming.
Everyone's screaming. Yeah, like.
Exactly. So I think New Year's resolutions are all about the vibe, and I think it definitely motivates and pushes you towards that.
Yes.
And this year I have been pretty successful at keeping up with my working out.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah, I mean, but for me, it wasn't a New Year's resolution. Like I started doing like working out more seriously. I think started pandemic. A lot of things have changed in pandemic, but maybe one day we'll talk about everything that like. Before this pandemic and after this pandemic.
Sure. That's a good topic.
Back in my day.
Pre-pandemic days.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think
do you have a resolution that's already picked up for next year?
Continue my working out.
Of course. Yes.
Keep it going.
This is a good affirmation, right?
Yeah. I haven't really thought of anything else specifically.
We thought a lot for this podcast.
We have a bunch for the podcast.
Yes.
But yeah, just improve, get better at work. That kind of just the usual stuff.
Yeah.
But no milestone specifically, right? I want to come up with it. I guess we still have a few more hours, and I'm gonna start working on all of it right now.
Because if you miss this deadline, you gotta wait till the whole another year to do it next year.
I know. 365 days is a lot of days.
Yeah.
I need to do it within the next year.
Can't go back in time.
Yeah, I know. Yes, let's talk about New Year's resolutions for this podcast. What are we planning to do this year, John?
We have so much like exciting things planned for this year.
Yes.
We're just getting started. Like you can tell that we have been continuously upgrading our setup. Right at the beginning, we just had like one camera focused on both of us.
We had just we were recording from the Max mics.
Yes.
Now we have our own mics.
Now we have our own mics. We have mic stands.
Different cameras.
Different camera angles.
We're still getting a lot of feedback, and your feedback is also appreciated. Let us know what we can do to make it better. But yeah, and the goal is to just keep it going this way, right? We're gonna significantly get better through the year.
Yeah. And we're also been covering pretty light-hearted topics.
Yes.
We're saving some really deep issues for later on.
Yes.
Let's give some previews for the audience.
Okay.
So one thing I really wanted to talk about was religious views. We both have pretty differing religious views.
It's gonna be a different podcast because we're not gonna be on the same side. Right? That's gonna be.
We're gonna be like it has potential to be pretty heated. It might need to also like be more than 10 minutes.
It might. We will have we've gone to the 10-minute format, but we will have more. We will have some podcasts that are going over the time. We might do some 30-minute podcasts for the more touchy topics.
Yes. What else are you looking forward to?
We are planning to have some guest speakers.
Oh, guest speakers can be so exciting.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have like both our friends or like
we're gonna have
one day we're gonna have like more famous guests.
We're working our way up there. We're gonna get more famous guests.
Yes.
We also have simpler goals, like we want to add chapters to our YouTube videos, right?
Yes. That's another thing too. Like we're constantly evolving our like our production quality.
Yes.
and like chapters or like even doing YouTube shorts, for example.
Oh, we should do that. Yeah.
Different ways to engage our two brown accents audience.
Yes, we are doing a lot of research and we are working on getting this podcast as better as can be. And that's pretty much the goal. I'm pretty sure we'll come up with more stuff. But yeah, these are some previews, right? Where we'll save more stuff about how we are growing in this podcast. We're planning to have a podcast sometime next year about how we started the podcast and how it's been growing.
Yeah.
It might help you guys start podcasts. So
yeah.
So there's a lot of other topics as well. But yeah, this is just a preview of next year. We're super excited, and we hope you guys are too.
Yeah, and if you have any ideas that you're dying to share with us, be sure to comment on a video below, or you can also email us at twobrown_accents@gmail.com.
Yes. And that should be all for today, right?
That should be all for today.
Okay. Happy New Year's, everyone.
Happy New Year, everyone.
We will see you
We will see you every
in 2024.
Yes.